Let's simplify this trig function, secant y plus cosecant y over 1 plus tangent y. We're going to start off by looking at the pieces that we can maybe convert into terms of sine and cosine. So looking at the numerator, we see here that we can take secant y and we can rewrite that as 1 over cosine y. And cosecant y can be rewritten as 1 over sine y, and that's all over 1 plus tangent y. Now let's look at the tangent part of things. We can go ahead and rewrite that. And tangent is sine y over cosine y. So now we see a complex fraction, and we see a cosine, a sine, and a cosine in the denominators. So we're going to simplify this by multiplying this entire fraction by cosine y times sine y over cosine y times sine y. Now, looking at the first piece of this, when we multiply this times cosine y sine y, the cosine y in the denominator cancels out, and that leaves us with just sine y. When we multiply this piece, sine y in the denominators cancel out, and that leaves us cosine y. When we multiply 1 times cosine y sine y, we just simply get cosine y times sine y. And when we multiply sine over cosine, the cosine in the denominator cancels, and that leaves us sine squared. Now we see our numerator, we have sine y, cosine y. There's really not anything we can do to that. But in the denominator, we see that we have sine y in each of these terms. So let's factor the common sine y out of the denominator. So in the denominator, we're going to have sine y times cosine y plus sine y. Now we see that in the numerator, we have this common factor is in the denominator, because sine y plus cosine y and cosine y plus sine y are the same thing, right? The order of addition doesn't matter. So this can cancel, and that leaves us 1 over sine y. And to write that in a simpler form, 1 divided by sine y is cosecant y. So now we have simplified this complex trig expression, and it all simplifies to simply cosecant y.